The New Orleans Pelicans are an American professional basketball team based in New Orleans. The Pelicans compete in the National Basketball Association as a member of the league's Western Conference Southwest Division. The team plays its home games in the Smoothie King Center. The Pelicans were established as the New Orleans Hornets in the 2002-03 season when then-owner of the Charlotte Hornets, George Shinn, relocated the franchise to New Orleans due to the damage caused by Hurricane Katrina in 2005. The franchise temporarily relocated to Oklahoma City, where they spent 2 seasons officially known as the New Orleans, Oklahoma City Hornets. The team returned to New Orleans full-time for the 2007-08 season. In 2013, the franchise announced it would rename itself the Pelicans, effective after the conclusion of the 2012-13 season. The Charlotte Hornets' name, history, and records from 1988 to 2002 were returned to its original city to be used by the then Charlotte Bobcats franchise, which subsequently became the Charlotte Hornets in 2014. In 18 seasons of play since the original franchise relocated from North Carolina, the Louisiana franchise has achieved an overall regular season record of 671-771. And has qualified for the playoffs 7 times. Their achievements include 2 playoff series victories and 1 division title. While the Charlotte Hornets put a competitive team on the court throughout the 1990s, the team's attendance began falling dramatically. Many attributed this lapse in popularity to the team's owner, George Shinn, who was slowly becoming despised by the people of the city. In 1997, a Charlotte woman claimed that Shinn had raped her, and the resulting trial severely tarnished his reputation in the city. The consensus was that while Charlotte was a basketball city, fans took out their anger at Shinn on the team. Shinn had also become discontented with the Charlotte Coliseum, which had been considered state-of-the-art when it opened but had since been considered obsolete due to a limited number of luxury boxes. On March 26, 2001, both the Hornets and the Vancouver Grizzlies applied for relocation to Memphis, Tennessee, which was ultimately won by the Grizzlies. Shinn then issued an ultimatum that unless the city built a new arena at no cost to him, the Hornets would leave town. The city initially refused, leading Shinn to consider moving the team to either Norfolk, Louisville, or St. Louis. Of the cities in the running, only St. Louis had an NBA-ready arena, the Savas Center, already in place and was a larger media market than Charlotte at the time. Also, it was the only one of the 4 to have previously hosted an NBA franchise. The St. Louis Hawks, who moved to Atlanta in 1968. Finally, a new arena in Uptown, which would eventually become the Spectrum Center, was included in a non-binding referendum for a larger arts-related package. And Shinn withdrew his application to move the team. Polls showed the referendum on its way to passage. However, just days before the referendum, Mayor Pat McCrory vetoed a living wage ordinance. The veto prompted many of the city's African American ministers to oppose the referendum. They felt it was immoral for the city to build a new arena when city employees were not paid enough to make a living. After the referendum failed, city leaders devised a plan to build a new arena in a way that did not require voter support, but made it known that they would not even consider building it unless Shinn sold the team. While even the NBA acknowledged that Shinn had alienated fans, league officials felt such a demand would anger other owners. The city council refused to remove the statement, leading the Hornets to request a move to New Orleans, a move which would eventually return the NBA to that city for the first time since the Jazz moved to Salt Lake City in 1979. Before the Hornets were eliminated from the playoffs, the NBA approved the move. As part of a deal, the NBA promised that Charlotte would get a new team, which took the court 2 years later as the Charlotte Bobcats. In a 2008 interview with the Charlotte Observer, Shinn, who has not returned to Charlotte since the Hornets moved, admitted that the bad judgment I made in my life played a role in the Hornets' departure. He also said that if he had it to do all over again, he would not have withdrawn from the public after the sexual assault trial. Shin emphasized how he was making amends by committing to New Orleans, saying, "I've made enough mistakes in my life. I'm not going to make one here. This city needs us here. We're going to make this thing work." The Hornets opened their inaugural season in New Orleans on October 30, 2002, against New Orleans' original NBA franchise, the Utah Jazz, in the first regular season NBA game played in New Orleans in over 17 years. The Hornets defeated the Jazz 100-75, and posthumously retired number 7 of Pistol, Pete Maravich during halftime. The Hornets finished the season Y